My game plan was totally different coming into my graduate degree because I wanted to build on all these different types of skills to get this career path finally going and where I want to go into the future with it. And Bridge to Business has literally been that.
Nowadays, in the business network, it's not only IQ that is important, but EQ is also important.
For the emotional intelligence and competency badge, things that we started off right off the bat was when we had our orientations. Those were some of the key things in orientation that we did. I didn't realize it at the time, but just doing the personality test and how important that was, it was really interesting to figure out what kind of person I am.
80% of the results spoke about the things that I was never familiar about myself, which gave me insights about how things work inside my head or inside myself. Getting to know that and a correlation with how I behave at workplace and how my performance gets affected due to that was very insightful.
Another big one actually was volunteering in Kamloops, which I did in the past summer. We did RibFest, which honestly was such a great experience because you got to meet local people and they were so kind and so welcoming and off the bat, just do this and be a part of this, come out and see us, and here's my number, text or whatever. And I was just wow, it was such a nice experience to be part of that and super easy.
Having emotional competence was one of the questions that I was asked in one of the interviews, as in, what do you mean by empathy and why do you want to have empathy towards customers and towards teammates, and how does it important? So I could relate it to having the emotional competency and the process that I went through in Bridge to Business.
When you volunteer, you have a better idea of how to help others and so on, and that's something that I believe is quite important in people's personalities to develop who they can become.
When we go in for a business meeting or a dinner, first thing that we need to know is how to present ourselves, second, how to order our food, third, how to carry on the entire process, and fourth, to close it.
Last semester, we were given the opportunity to go to Terra Restaurant to do dining etiquette. And so that itself was a great experience. I've actually never done something like that.
As a future business person, I'm planning to have a lot of business meetings with different people. So have this dining etiquette is very important to know exactly what to do when we have lunch or dinner or a simple meal with someone at the business meeting. We not only learn how to have a business dinner or a meal, but also we could apply our skills in the real life because they invite the business people over to the restaurant and we had a meal and talk with them after the session itself.
How to have dinner conversations, how to let things flow, just manners at a dinner table that you learned as a kid, but you slowly let go throughout, but they all came back.
It was one of the really amazing experiences that we had. I hope that I will be able to take that ahead and implement it when I'm having any different events that I'm trying to attend.
Business people in the Kamloops community come out and they asked us about the etiquettes and things, and it was just such an interesting conversation because some of them oh really, that's a rule? I didn't remember these things, tell me more.
Well, it's important to know how to dine, right?
To get a mentorship badge, I was involved in Bridging Coach program. Each of the students in that program were assigned a mentor, and the mentor was fit with us with the field that we're interested in for our future career.
My mentor actually worked in the mining industry. Coming and being able to be paired with someone that had so much diversity to his career and then being able to see that, and then the path that he kind of went through himself, it was similar to something that I've gone through. So it's just nice to see where he started, the school, the training, and then going on into the industry. And he's an engineer by trade, ended up being a leadership management coach in his mining program. And just to see that scale was awesome.
I met my mentor personally, I think around 4 times, and not only at school, but also outside. We had lunch together. She showed me her office. So that was something very interesting that I've learned.
To be a mentee, you have to learn how to take feedback in a positive way, not to get affected by specific feedback that you might see as negative. Always see it as feedback that will help you in your personal growth.
The fact that I still have this individual in my life is the key takeaway for me personally.
To get the professional writing skill badge, I went to the workshop on writing skills and also was involved in with the writing center here at TRU.
So we had a workshop that we had to attend to have the professional writing batch with one of the writers and the business professional from Urban Systems. So it was one of the important skills because we are writing so many reports as we move ahead being a consultant and being in a professional services. It is more important to have that professional writing skills that we gain.
I personally think this is one of the most important skills is writing. It's lifelong. We've done it from since we're babies, elementary, junior high, high school now, and writing.
These skills are important because I think they form the basis of how a business professional should be.
In the business world, it is very important to know how to write properly because it represents who you are.
I remember going to the Chamber of Commerce in which there was a speed networking event. So we had a variety of people around and it gave us immense knowledge about how many different kinds of opportunities are there for us, and I think it was great.
To earn the networking badge, I attended an event where I had the opportunity to have dinner with the mayor of Kamloops.
Over there were so many business professionals from Kamloops and people from all over British Columbia. So it was a great platform.
It's not so easy to just go and speak to people that you haven't met before, especially people who you kind of look up to or you want to be in their position someday. I think this was good because I learned how to communicate better and put yourself out there.
When I decided to come into the program, I was going to do this 100% different. That's why Bridge to Business was so important, especially because I was nose to the book in my undergrad and never really talked to anyone. So this time is 100% going to be the opposite, where I was going to get more confident and go out and network and learn what networking actually meant.
Only putting the resume on the table will not help us to get the job that we want.
This was the most challenging badge, the Employment Skills Badge. We attended workshops. The best part about this entire workshop was the elevator pitch.
One of the things that I gained from Bridge to Business with related to employment skills was how to build up your resume. It also helped us when we attended the job fair.
It literally is everything that we're here to do, that I'm here to build. At the end of the day, I have the education, I'll have the theory behind everything, but now I just need to be able to market myself, and then this is exactly what this badge is teaching me how to do. So my resume, my cover letter, how to, on LinkedIn, how to get those contacts, how to build myself up, how to pretty much sell myself in the best way possible so I can showcase all the skills that I've developed and get that job, build that career.
I'm trying to see how I can talk to people who could likely employ me in future. It helps with interview skills because half of the time we really don't know what to say to attract our employers. It kind of just puts us in the right frame of mind.
For the communication badge, I participated in workshop of public speaking.
Public speaking skills is very important because I'm planning to do a lot of public speaking in the future. Even now, when I'm just a student, I do a lot of presentations at school, so that really helps me. And when I graduate and go work, I believe that I will do a lot of sessions when I'll have to speak to people. So that is something that I'll learn that will help me in my career.
We had several keynote speakers come up and talk about how important it is to communicate the way you want to communicate in a business society. And it's really important because communication also plays a huge role in networking.
The leadership skill is something that every individual in this era needs. We do not work in isolated cubicles anymore. We lead teams in our day-to-day life. So to lead a team and do it efficiently, leadership skills is very important.
To get the leadership badge, I attended the LeaderCast 2018 that took place last year and during the summer.
What I remember while earning this badge is the incredible speakers that we had for a conflict resolution workshop. She was so amazing. She gave us a lot of examples on how to solve the conflicts in the business world, her own experience.
Leadership skills will not come through reading books or subjects as such. It will always come through practice.
Actually, we had the opportunity to meet one of Canada's leaders, and it was one of my most memorable moments is when we got to meet Harjeet Sajjan. So it was held at the Chamber of Commerce, and it was on the spot, but it was just so nice. And he was such a kind and humble human being, but this guy leads our military defense. and how he is as a person and how calm he is and how he focuses. And he talked about some of his leadership skills from being in the military to where the position that he's holding now and the struggles that you've seen him go through. So it's nice to see real life action in someone that holds his power and stature use the same things that I'm learning today.